Oh hey, it's Barry, and Xbox is putting the new Call of Duty on Game Pass day one, and Call of Duty came from one of their biggest acquisitions in the entire history of Microsoft's entire existence, which is pretty crazy, and of course, they actually raised the price of Game Pass, despite explicitly telling Congress they will not be raising prices to accommodate the brand new Call of Duty. So they kinda lied to consumers, lied to Congress, lied to fans. I know I'm being a bit dramatic, but it is true, and so many people were disappointed with Xbox and the way in which Xbox went about shaking things up for their company. But it does seem that more price raises are inevitable and may be coming soon, and analysts expect Xbox to come out with an ad tier version for a bit cheaper. But the real reason I titled this video this way is just because Call of Duty coming over to Game Pass is kind of one of the biggest deals, as Call of Duty is one of the greatest selling games every single year, and with the stagnant growth going over at Xbox with Game Pass, we do know that it is profitable. But if Microsoft and Xbox is unable to get significant growth or growing subscriber numbers with Game Pass, with the release of Activision's Call of Duty Black Ops 6, one of the biggest hyped games releasing later on this year, I could really see it being an uphill battle for Xbox to regain subscribers, as if the biggest game can do it, I can't see any other release really pulling numbers like that and giving significant growth to Game Pass. And given the cost that Microsoft already put in to acquire Activision Blizzard and get Call of Duty in their radar, and as well the losses that will be incurred from missing out on some individual single sales from the Call of Duty franchise, as we do know that game sells huge numbers every year, and it also releases with $90 bundles, it comes out with $100 special editions and all types of stuff. So if gamers choose to just go the Game Pass route, it does seem that they will be missing out on a lot of sales this way. But that's at least in the very short term. Now, Microsoft could be playing a long-term game here, probably raising the Game Pass price year over year in incremental changes. And of course, we gotta talk about Game Pass prices. Earlier on this week, we got news that Microsoft is raising the price of Game Pass from $16.99 to $19.99. That's in the US, and they're also raising it similarly in other markets around the world as well. And I mean, that would have been kind of annoying by itself, but they also introduced a new standard tier at the original price point of Game Pass that doesn't include day one releases. And I know many people say, yo, Game Pass isn't about the day one releases, but this is a promise that they've been giving their customers from the start of Game Pass, that new day one releases will be released. And this new standard tier also has a much more barren library. Like, there's way less games than every other tier, which is kind of insane, because in one swoop Microsoft made the value proposition of Game Pass a bit worse while increasing the price of it, leaving fans to go insane online, actually giving the company a hell of a lot of backlash, with many online saying that they're gonna cancel their subscription, saying they're just about to buy a PC, saying they might switch over to PlayStation 5. It's really crazy online, and Xbox seems to be going through the ringer. I hope they could turn it all around, because this huge investment that they made into Activision Blizzard better see returns, or else I think this is going to be something that we see more and more of in the future. Microsoft raising prices and cutting value propositions just to get more money through the door. And honestly, it's not like Microsoft is broke or they're gonna go defunct like the Google Stadia. With them making one of the largest acquisitions in the entire Microsoft company's history, I would imagine they will not be too thrilled about this happening. I'm not sure how many people are going to convert onto the Fire Stick model of playing Game Pass, as they did implement Amazon to put Game Pass onto select Fire Sticks all across the world. And I don't know if that's going to move the needle for them, but I know if Call of Duty doesn't move the needle for them later on this year, it could have disastrous consequences for the company, as they might go into a money hungry mode. They got to make back their investment. They don't want to see all that money just go to waste. I don't think anybody would, regardless of how rich you are. So basically, this year is going to tell a lot of signs for the future of Xbox, the Game Pass brand, and a lot more things with Microsoft and Xbox. And I'm just kind of excited to see how it all goes down. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. I really appreciate you being here. I read every one of my comments, and as always, have a great day.